Welcome back to Regular Whiny Wednesdays. I need a break from drinking, and I want to go back to a popular topic that many people requested a few weeks ago, which was to talk about dart etiquette. I feel that your dart etiquette reflects your respect for the game, your social skills, and your self-awareness. And each individual person plays darts for a different reason, has a different set of social skills, and varying degrees of self-awareness. So instead of wasting your time going over common sense tips that everyone should already be aware of, instead I'm going to be offering 5 coping mechanisms on how to not let bad dart etiquette affect your game. The reason being, in my 3 years of playing, I have never once solved a conflict of poor dart etiquette by confronting it head on. Not once. This is because these are not teaching moments. Darts isn't Little League. These are grown adults being blunt, antagonistic, and rude. And when they're rebuked or corrected in terms of how their actions are wrong, they do not listen. They become extremely indignant and find an excuse to justify their poor dart etiquette. This happens because they have a false impression of their behavior. They lack the social awareness of knowing that their behavior is rude. So instead of wasting your time showing you guys how to model good manners, I'm going to be sharing with you my personal coping mechanisms that I find to be great alternatives to direct confrontation. Number 1, how to deal with fist bumping. Alright, fist bumping does not transcend culture. What's acceptable and expected varies from place to place, but learning how to politely go against the fist bumping culture of my area was honestly the easiest thing for me to figure out. If you don't want to fist bump at all, you can do 2 things. Whenever I'm away in competition and I don't know the person, I just bring it up in conversation, shake their hand before and after the match, and I just say politely, like, hey, I'm not used to fist bumping, honestly, I'm not going to be looking for it, I hope that's cool. Also, if you don't want to communicate with them at all, this works perfectly, this is my trade secret, I'm going to tell you guys, grab the darts, walk in a big semicircle around the opponent, not even within the vicinity to be giving them a fist bump on your way back from the line. Turn and look directly at your dart. Start tightening everything and making sure nothing is loose. Like tighten your shaft and tips, and you look distracted and busy that way. So those both work wonders for me. Number 2, how to deal with human obstacles. I notice a lot of times players just stand directly in the way of you approaching the line. I really hate to use this analogy, but the way I think of people that just can't get a hint and can't get out of the way and they're not aware of their bodies is I think of them as like dumb animals. I feel bad saying that, but sometimes when I'm at home practicing, my dog will come and sit right in front of the line. And so I never get upset when I look at my dog. I just think like, oh, you're a dog. You're just a helpless animal. You're not aware of where you're at. And if I'm mean and I push and move you, you're just gonna come right back and sit in that spot. So when you got this brood just standing in between the 2 tables you need to get through to get to the line, find an alternate path to the board, stand a little bit to the right or left, and just try to let that anxiety kind of melt away. Number 3, how to deal with socializing, which is people or opponents that compulsively chatter during a match. You have 2 options. You can wear headphones or you can just not stand near them. They're conversational narcissists. You will not be able to get them to stop talking, so you either have to appear to be distracted with headphones or just stand like 7 feet away. It takes less effort for me to walk a little bit out of the way after my throw than stand right next to someone who's going to be badgering me for the entirety of the match. Number 4, how to deal with drunk people. I'm not talking about your average drunk, I'm talking about some mammered, like smashed/hammered people, and it's honestly one of the hardest things for me, and after all these years, the best advice I have is just pretend like they don't exist. Like, I can't even remotely watch super drunk people shoot or approach the line, I just look away. Because if you pay attention to what agitates you, then that's just gonna exasperate the problem. Okay, last but not least, number 5, how to deal with intentional distractions. People that purposefully hinder your ability to play. People that stand directly behind you at the line or even talk to you when you're shooting in between darts. When all of the above just doesn't cease after you have politely asked them to stop. That is a certified bully right there. An incredibly insecure and delusional person, as many bullies are. Matching their antics in any way will only make the situation much worse for you. The only thing that has ever seemed to work is when I completely ignore them. I dramatically slow down my pace at the line. I don't look them in the eye, I don't say a word, I just wait. From my experience, ignoring them prevents me from getting agitated, and I'm still able to enjoy throwing darts, which is the point of all of this advice, is how to not let bad etiquette affect your game and your enjoyment of the game. It's a learning experience, and you can't cure stupid. So mentally prepare yourself ahead of time for inappropriate behavior and have a plan. That's all that I have for you guys. I'm going to be going straight from California to Minnesota, so I am going to be missing Whiny Wednesdays next week. I apologize in advance. Good luck to everyone that entered into this month's raffle. If you share this video, you get double entry. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.
It takes time to build your personal brand. If you aren't patient enough to develop a following of people that feed off of your ideas and talent, then of course all of your effort will be wasted. If you don't want to be discredited, then keep your chin up. Stay disciplined and motivated and positive. People simply need time to get used to a new idea or a new person.